Mutant Nation, what is going on? IFBB Pro and two-time 212 Olympia Champion, and of course, Mutant Athlete Shaun Clarida here, and welcome back to the Road to Glory series, part number 2. We are focusing today on nutrition, diet, and what I eat throughout the year to be able to build that muscle, get lean, and bring that ultimate best package to that big stage, all right, guys? I've always been a big fan and advocate of being consistent throughout the year. For me personally, I like to keep the same foods throughout the entire year. Just ultimately makes me feel better, helps with digestion and productivity in the gym. So I'm a big believer in red meat, whether that's bison, ground beef, turkey, fish, salmon, and eggs, all right? Now that we are currently 9 weeks out from the 2025 Olympia, the diet has changed, all right, guys? We scaled up the cardio a little bit and decreased the foods just a tad, all right? We're now trying to focus on really bringing that hard conditioning, but at the same time, retain as much muscle mass as possible. It's truly a science with this, guys, being able to kind of balance everything to make sure that I'm still be able to perform in the gym, but at the same time, continue to burn that body fat, bring that lean, hard muscle, all right, guys? So what I'm gonna do, instead of talking about it, guys, I'm gonna bring you guys in. I'm gonna show you meal by meal what I'm eating throughout the entire day, all right? And today's a training day, so the foods are a little bit higher on my training days as opposed to my rest days where the food's a little bit lower. So we're gonna start off with meal number 1, guys. So if you guys have not done so yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Mutant Nation. Let's rock and roll. All right, here we go, guys. Meal number 1, which is actually going to be my pre-training meal. I personally like to train after meal number 1 because 1, I don't like a lot of food and fluids in my stomach when I train, and 2, be able to train first in the morning allows me to have the rest of the day to rest, relax, recover, and prepare for the very next day, guys. So here we go, meal number 1. Everything is absolutely always gonna be measured, okay? We're gonna start off with the carb source. Now, my 2 major carb sources throughout the year are gonna usually be white rice, cream of rice, and oatmeal, all right? So on my training days, I'm gonna do 100 grams of cream of rice. Now, when I say 100 grams, that is measured dry. Okay, take it very slow. I wanna make sure I'm precise with this. 97, 98, and 99, and 100. All right, close that up. All right, and we're gonna take 40 grams of whey isolate protein by Mutant Nation. Of course, my favorite is gonna be the chocolate peanut butter flavor. Okay, 35, 36, 39, and 40. All right. Okay. So that is done. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm going to mix this up, add a little water, mix it up, heat it in the microwave. If you guys have ever used cream of rice, you know you have to really eyeball it to make sure it doesn't overflow over, but also make sure it doesn't get too hard. So it's almost like you're putting it in the microwave for 20, 30 seconds, checking it, stirring it, another 20, 30 seconds, checking it, stirring it, so on and so forth until you get that right consistency that you like. And then once it's said and done, I'm gonna add in 70 grams of banana. All right, and the final product is done. Check this out real quick, guys. Nothing super fancy. Got the cream of rice in there, added the banana. I'm gonna go ahead and just mash this all together, all right? Also added a touch of cinnamon here for a little bit more of a flavor. And again, I like my oats and my cream of rice a little bit thicker, all right? Almost like a chewy consistency, right? Again, nothing fancy, but it tastes damn good, goes down well, and it gives me the energy and exactly what I need to be able to go in and kill this session, guys. So once it's all said and done, here we go. 100 grams of cream of rice, 70 grams of banana, and I got a little bit of H2O going down, guys. So you guys stay tuned for more coming soon. All right, folks, so we are back for the post-training meal, guys. So just to recap, right after the training session, I consumed 50 grams of iso whey protein, being that we are now 9 weeks out from Olympia. I remove any type of carb source with that protein shake. So usually in the off season, I do 50 grams or more of protein, as well as another 50 grams or so of carbohydrate source. Again, being 9 weeks out, we're starting to cut back a little bit on the calories. So we remove the carbs and just do 50 grams of whey protein right after training. Come home, shower, change my clothes, and then we prepare the post-training meal, okay? We're gonna go with 7 ounces of lean ground beef, 200 grams of white jasmine rice, and we're gonna add a couple of dabs of Morton's sea salt as well as sugar-free ketchup, guys. So that is the post-training meal. All right, for me personally, I like to do have at least one red meat meal per day. As for me, it gives me the energy, the strength, and it keeps me full, okay? And obviously the carb source, jasmine rice is a little bit higher, so we keep the carbs a little bit higher around training. So again, pre-training was the cream of rice, post-training is gonna be the white rice, and as we go toward the later of the day, when I'm not as active, I'm not training anymore, I'm just kind of laying around the house, you'll start to notice the carbs coming down, and of course the last meal of the day is the least fun because it's carbless. So, but you guys will see all that. So we're gonna go ahead and get this next meal down. Once again, we got 7 ounces of lean ground beef, 200 grams of ISO, saying ISO. See, ISO is in my mind. 200 grams of jasmine rice, a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of sugar-free ketchup, and that is all she wrote. So go ahead and get this down. We'll see you guys for the next one. All right, guys, so here it is. Simple. We're gonna go with 150 grams of jasmine white rice. All right, we got 7 ounces of white fish, tilapia, courtesy of MegaFit Meals, of course. And we're gonna do 50 grams of avocado, easily out of the packet, all right? Let's get this bad boy measured up. All right. Let's see, all right. So again, as you can see, as we're getting closer to the end of the night, the carb source is coming down slightly a bit, but we're still keeping some carbs in. All right, this will be the last meal of the night with carbs. All right, perfect. So I am going to enjoy them while they last. And again, all right, 7 ounces. Perfect. All right, 7 ounces of fish. Okay. Now, personally, you can use any type of white fish, tilapia, cod, whatever the case may be. I personally am not a cod fan, so that is the reason why I'm going with tilapia. Always used tilapia since earlier days, and it's always worked, and it's always, for me, easily to go down, easy to digest, easy to make, whatever the case may be. So, all right, one more little bit, and we're there. And just like the post-training meal, again, we're going to add a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of sugar-free ketchup, and of course, like I said, an avocado packet. All right, so here we go. I really like these little avocado packets. So easy to use, and I can take these whenever I travel as well. So, all right, that, a couple of dabs of sugar-free ketchup, a couple of sprinkles of, every meal always gets salted. Even my pre-training meal gets salted. Keeping sodium in is very important. All right, and doesn't look spectacular, but food is fuel. Not made to be pretty. I'm not a chef by any means. I just do what I have to do in order to look the way I look and to be able to train the way I train. So, voila, Chef GK special. All right, Mutant Nation, it is that time of the evening, and it is the final meal going down. And like I mentioned earlier, this is the least fun of all the meals, guys. We are going to be doing 250 grams of egg whites, 2 whole eggs, and 20 grams of almond butter, guys. So, and as you can see, I got some seasonings here that I add to my eggs, give a little bit of flavor. Of course, we got some sea salt, got some garlic powder, onion powder, and turmeric. All right, so let's go ahead and get this bad boy going because I'm absolutely starving, even though this is not so delightful. It is what it is. Okay. All right. It's all measured. Crack 2 eggs in here. Okay. Boom. Simple. All right, so like I said, seasonings, just to give a little bit of flavor, because we all know egg whites are pretty much flavorless. So this is gonna give a little bit of kick, a little bit of taste. As you can see, not too much, just enough. All right. All right, we're gonna get these things stirred. We're gonna pop it on the stovetop and get this thing cooked up. Last and final meal going down. All right. Stirred and ready to cook. All right. So like I said, I'm gonna have this last meal, guys. I usually wait about 45 minutes to an hour, slowly digest it, get it down, and then we are off to bed to start the day off tomorrow and do it all over again. So obviously with this meal being a carbless meal, I'm surely gonna be waking up tomorrow morning absolutely starving. So, but that is the name of the game. That is the goal, to get as lean as possible. And voila. Here she is, 250 grams of egg whites, 2 whole eggs, added some condiments in here. Obviously you can see the sugar-free ketchup, sea salt, turmeric, garlic powder, onion powder, boom. And obviously, like I said, we've got 20 grams of nut butter. I'll just take a scoop of that once I'm done with the eggs. But that's pretty much it, guys and gals. Simple, effective, and it works, guys. Been in this game 20 years now competing, man, and I will absolutely say this. Dieting does not get any easier. You guys gotta realize your body changes every single year. So that means things may have to change as far as different foods, amounts, whatever the case may be. But like I said, I've been again, I know my body very well. I know what works, what doesn't work, and I'll make those necessary changes if need be. But again, just being consistent across the board all throughout the year definitely does help with making prep much easier. With that, what I mean is, like I said earlier, I even eat clean all throughout the year for 2 main reasons. One, if I'm able to eat clean throughout the entire year, obviously the carbs and fats may be a little bit higher, but I'm still sticking to the same groups: turkey, beef, fish, salmon, white rice, things like that, just in bigger quantities. So this allows my body to kind of get into a rhythm, right? If I were to eat this in the off season and all of a sudden have to change it during prep, my body just kind of go bonkers, and we don't want that. But also too, I've noticed that because I've been in this game 20 years, my palate is completely shot. My body just knows those certain types of foods now. So if I were to go out and eat some pizza or junk food, I absolutely will be sick the next day, guys. So I'm not saying I don't enjoy that after a show, because I absolutely do. But again, eating that on a consistent basis just will destroy my stomach. Digestion will be completely off. And again, the productivity in the gym will just be gone. So being consistent throughout the year definitely does help for those main reasons, guys. So enough talking, guys. It's late. I'm starving, but I know this is not gonna fill me, but it is what it is. This is what needs to be done. Gonna have this, like I said, 30 to 45 minutes, maybe an hour, digest, head to bed, and we'll start this day with tomorrow, guys. So guys, I brought you in for a full day of eating so you guys know exactly what I am eating as I prepare for the 2025 Mr. Olympia in October. So if you guys have not done so yet, Mutant Nation will be dropping a ton of other footage with myself and other athletes. The Road to Glory series is in full effect, guys. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like, drop a comment, and enjoy. We'll see you guys soon.